Hey guys, Mr Pokke here, back with another video, and today my viewers brought up a very interesting debate on is Powercreep real in Honkai Star Rail? Also, this video is made by a very good friend of mine, Iyos. Insane. So the title is Powercreep in Honkai Star Rail is not real yet. And without further ado, let's get into today's content. Subscribe! Alright, let's go.
Right now, there's a lot of talk going around the Honkai Star Rail community that HSR is entering Powercreep.
Oh
Whether
no!
that be from the light cones, the characters, the new characters coming out,
Elden Ring.
Future characters coming out for that matter, or simply in-game mode and max rewards completed. I don't even know how to introduce myself. Bad take Iyos. I have Iyos takes, quote unquote. I'm here to tell you guys why Powercreep is.
It's not bad takes, okay? He makes great takes. Just that it's coming from a different perspective, right? No, there's no such thing as bad takes. There's no such thing as bad takes, all right?
It's basically a lie and it doesn't exist. But saying
most bad anyone being a G by right now.
It that way sounds a little harsh. So let me explain.
But on a real note, HSR is becoming what we all knew it was going to become, which is have this character or you lose. And it kind of sucks. It's a shame, but it really is getting to that issue where have this character for this game mode or you lose. Or you don't get max rewards, right? It's pretty irritating. Happens if you release 2 characters every patch. Is what it is. If you disagree, I would love to know why.
What you guys just heard was a clip from Tectone, which pretty much...
Tectone, the Thanos of the gacha community. He is absolutely inevitable. He is deeply embedded in every corner of the gachaverse. Absolutely insane. Right, let's see what's up.
Originated this entire conversation, which I personally think this discussion is a really good topic to have. And I mean that genuinely for a number of reasons. But TLDR is good because it'll open the eyes of a lot of new players in the community, as well as some of the players who would consider themselves veterans that think they're doing something great and then they're not doing something great. And I have examples for that. I want to break.
I just want to say I love this background music. It's so happy. This background music is so happy. Oh my god, I love it. But yeah,
break this down into a couple of categories. A couple being maybe like 4, 5. Pretty sure it's 5. Those categories being free to play / low spending casuals. This one actually came from Tectone. The community's blatant problems. Gotta add an S. That. Vertical versus horizontal investment. Something that the community sucks at doing. Then the
there's only one right answer, by the way. If you are free to play / casual, no, you guys should never be thinking about horizontal investment as a low spending casual. You should always just lock in. You fully lock in. You commit to that 2 to 3 team comps that you made, and just commit. If you play DOT, you log into DOT. If you play Fallout, you log into Fallout. If you play, you don't divest into 20 different team comps and end up being sucked at it for everything else because you just simply do not have enough resources, right? So vertical is always the right way for the low spending casuals. But I'm interested to see what is the community's problem. Right,
the Iyos take, Powercreep isn't real. And then lastly, I'm going to wrap all this together in some examples of practicing exactly what I preach. So without further ado, let's kick this off. We're going to start with free to play / low spending casuals, which to be fair, this might sound a little aggressive, but I don't mean it that way. I'm a nice guy. I'm not. Anytime someone says they're a nice guy, dude, they're not a nice guy.
I'm nice, shit. I'm nice. I'm always nice. I'm always nice to my viewers. I'm always nice in the comment reviews. I'm always a nice. I'm your streamer. Look at my shit. Friends. I have 73,000 friends. All of my viewers, all of my followers, they're all my friends. Insane. Very nice. BXV Vision, mod Venom. Unplay, Venom. Use Stainless Stain, yeah, Venom. Right, if you guys, Goofy Gentle, yeah, Venom.
Yeah. Off rip, casual players should expect casual results. There is no if, and, or buts about that one statement. Putting in casual work gets you casual results. Obviously, there's going to be that one outlier that says something along the lines of, well, actually, I've played the game for 1 hour a day, every day. I have pulled every single character on the first 10 pull, by the way, and they're E6, all of them. I actually have every single light cone in the game, and I can clear anything on auto. Day 1, free to play, by the way. And to that I say,
go fuck yourself.
Ignoring that. There is no feasible reason anyone should be thinking if I put in the least amount of effort, I deserve the maximum amount of rewards for everything in the game. It's literally just greed and FOMO combined in one. From that
It works in life as well. I absolutely agree with this. If you have this mentality in a gacha game and you bring this forward to you in real life, expecting maximum rewards with minimum gains, unless you are actually built different, like people who only study for like 1 day before the test and still get full marks, unless you're actually built different, don't do that, because chances are you are probably not him. You are probably not the honored one, right? So yeah, absolutely fine.
At that point, we can actually move on to the free-to-play audience, which I will separate from the low spenders just for a moment. The concepts of what I'm about to speak on are about the same, but spenders have money to fix their mistakes. As a free-to-play, it is 100% up to you on whether or not you can progress through endgame or not in HSR. Some things are not your fault, like losing a 50-50, but it is your fault when you lose that 50-50 because you were building pity on a banner you didn't need. As a free-to-play, your resources are the most important thing in the game. Most of you that are vocal about this, at the very least, are also vocal about how you either A, don't know what to do so you're just doing anything, or B, don't care about meta and you pull for what you want. These are what we call...
This is called Cha P Dang. If you guys from CN, it's called Cha P Dang, right? XP gang. If you are Cha P Dang, means that you only care about waifus, you only care about abobas, you only care about husband. You don't give a flying fuck about meta, and you only pull for characters you like visually, right? So to that, I think that's pretty base. Enjoy the game at your own pace, right? It's all good.
Waifu hunters. Now, for as many times that I've said this, Honkai Star Rail is not Genshin Impact. How many times do I need to repeat? Even when Zenless comes out, Zenless Zone Zero is not Genshin Impact.
I don't think anyone is debating that.
The thought processes, the mentality that we have from Genshin Impact have bled their way into other gacha game communities, and I promise you, it's only Genshin Impact that those things are normal. Other gacha games, it's not normal. Star Rail showed us this in the first month of all the creators getting to MOC for their very first time, that this was not that type of game. Now, I've preached to the heavens about why light cones are important and how beneficial they are. Not even just signature light cones. And a loud number of you continue to be adamant about not doing it. You don't want to pull on the light cone banner. You don't want to get light cones. You don't want to go out of your way to do whatever it is. You just want characters. And I go over this further in the next segment, but you guys have an addiction and you do not want the cure. Where'd my light go? A number of players just want to collect waifus or husbandos, and that part's cool. Stop complaining about how you can't put Welt on the team with Imagine Dragon and then clear content. Some of you still don't understand.
Is it sustained Welt?
How to play the game, let alone build.
Oh my god! Yo, I'm gonna tell Gacha something about this. There ain't no way my goat sustain well is not sustaining. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Against an enemy with imaginary res, no. Nah, that's not it. My goat sustain well would never. He would never
build a team, and you insist that the game is easy to just click left skill here, do this skill here, and then do ultimate when button go flash. For the last 4 patches, I've proven
that's just skill issue, Iyos. Sustain well would never fail. Okay, anyways.
Multiple times how the enemies were getting stealth buff, metas were shifting, and the game was quickly moving away from just hypercarry team comps. I gave solid advice on what to do to prepare, even if you already weren't. And those of you who listen,
holy shit, that Fushen thumbnail is crazy. You need to settle down, alright? You need to come the fuck down. That Fushen thumbnail is crazy. But
you're always telling me how I drastically helped your account. Thank you for that. The rest of you who could just not fathom that I knew what I was talking about.
Why the fuck did he just basic an ice pillar with Silver? Are you okay, my man?
Started the whole bad take EO nonsense. But to round this category off, low spenders. You guys practically have zero excuse beyond just not knowing what you're doing. You're not investing properly, or you have horribly bad luck like me, which leads me into my next subject.
That jump could have been broken if you basically Silver there. Okay, I'm just giving you an ass, but I'm just saying, oh my god.
Unity's blatant problem. You gotta add an S. For months, you guys have been lied to, and it's become worse for new players who entered the game.
He still kept it. He still kept the grade. That's crazy. Yo, editor, zoom this part in. He still kept the grade. Oh my god, what a goddamn champion. What a goddamn champion. After so many months, my man Iyos still kept the grade. Oh man, that's just so touching. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, that's so nice. You might want to delete the second part though. Okay, Iyos, if you're watching this video, can you just delete the second part because it's not just delete the second part. Okay, and
game in version 2.0. Earlier this year, I released a video explaining how HSR was becoming more akin to Genshin Impact in regards to team building, where it would be more about the physical archetype / team comp and less about putting 3 harmonies on one team than buffing 1 DPS. Now, a loud amount of the community has been telling players that hypercarry is the best way to play the game, and most of the time, the only way you should play the game, due to supports being easy to build, quote unquote, and shared amongst teams. That is a primary reason you see so many claims about if you don't have X character, you cannot do ABC.
Nope. It's not if you don't have X character, you can't do ABC. Right now, in this day and age, you replace X character with Ruan Mei. If you have no Ruan Mei, you can't play the game. Like straight up. Everything is Ruan Mei. It's Ruan Mei verse right now. Because MiHoYo has pushed so much for toughness breaking, Ruan Mei is that X unit. Any other unit, if you don't have them, it's not that bad. You don't have Robin, it's not that bad. You don't have Sparkle, it's not that bad. Right? You don't have your Acheron, it's not even that bad. But if you have no Ruan Mei, oh my god, it's rough.
Players don't even know their 4-star options or how to build whatever team archetype they want, simply because there is a lack of research and misinformation shoved down their throat the moment they turn on the game. I started a brand new free-to-play account just before version 2.0 arrived in order to fully take on the free-to-play experience. By the end of 2.1, I was able to fully complete both an Acheron team and an IPC.
Holy shit, that is a completely dog shit topaz and a ratio, but okay, that's good though.
By the end of 2.1, I was able to fully complete both an Acheron team and an IPC emergency team with 1 signature light cone for Acheron. At that time, I completed MOC up to 12 as well as Pure Fiction. Max rewards before putting a pause on the account due to weather.
So you quit the game. Never let
waves coming out. Now for me, it was a good challenge, but still doable with good investment. Mind you, I lost 3 50/50s during the entire process, preventing me from getting anybody else's signature light cones. My point is that I've practiced what I've preached just to make sure I wasn't telling y'all some bullshit that you couldn't achieve.
That's actually pretty good though. I respect him for that. I respect him that Blood actually pulled up like a completely free-to-play account, built this team up, and managed to pull off, like he put money where his mouth is. And I can respect him for it. He got Acheron, he lost the 50/50s, complete free-to-play, his units are dog shit, right? Respectfully, this 134 speed Pella, hello, are you okay? But like, and he still managed to do it, so I can respect him for it.
1 signature light cone for Acheron. Yep. At that time, I completed MOC up to 12, as well as Pure Fiction. Max reward.
To be completely fair, the MOC 12 back then, it is very, very different from the MOC 12 right now. Every single time we got a new MOC 12, it gets infinitely harder. Infinitely harder. This MOC 12 you guys see right here, it is completely different from a current MOC 12. If you run the same team right now, you might not be able to find success. You might not be able to find success with this current environment. So, pinch of salt, pinch of salt.
Acheron. Before putting a pause on the account due to weathering waves coming out. Now for me, it was a good challenge, but still doable with good investment. Mind you, I lost 3 50/50s during the entire just to make sure I wasn't telling y'all some bullshit that you couldn't achieve. Gacha players have an addiction to pulling the new shiny toy instead of making sure the last shiny toy they just bought remains shiny. Seele, Silverwolf, even Himiko or Claire are basically phase 1 units and are still some of the most downplayed units by the community. To this day, Seele clears any form of content competitively against what you think are the top 5 DPS characters, and you still have people telling you
if my Seele did 140,000 damage, I'll kill. But anyways, yeah.
She has fallen off. She's a bad character. Worst DPS. She's obviously not the worst DPS in the game, but you get my point. Silver is a literal walking cheat code, and she has people advising you to skip her anytime she has a rerun. Himiko is a standard character that many of you have lost a 50/52, yet less than 5% of the player.
I don't think she cleared this. I don't think he's clearing this, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Iyos, my man here, is clearing this. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Know how to play the character properly and understand her role. Meanwhile, she fits in now 3 distinct team roles, stomps on 2 in-game modes consistently.
Holy
and the current
shit!
MOC.
Oh my god, insane! Himiko Super Break, insane! But we are to be completely fair, it is. Let's. It all goes back to Ruan Mei. It all goes back to Ruan Mei, guys. Try this team without Ruan Mei and get back to me afterwards, right? Try this team without Ruan Mei. Anyways,
free.
Yeah,
most
it's great.
of the excuses here aren't that you don't have something.
Also, it's just funny that Boot Hill died. before Himiko, and Blood is a Hun character, so like I don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah.
It's that you don't want to use it, and for that, we get into vertical versus horizontal investment, which is honestly really easy to explain. TLDR, both of these should be utilized throughout your account, but not at the same time. Right. Earlier, I mentioned how players just make really poor investments like hypercarry everything or only deal pickle. And while those are typically bad decisions, they do have some benefits through vertical investment. Vertical investment means you build onto a set team or archetype, which is perfect for MOC, any of it, doesn't matter. This is what allows many players, free-to-play or spenders, to brute force content. And you're probably going to hear that term a lot, or you've already seen that term get used a lot. Characters like Dill Pickle, Jing Liu, even Acheron, all have some form of brute forcing their way through things. And it's a big reason why a lot of people say, hey man, this character's top tier, one of the top tier DPSs, best DPS in the game, because they brute force off elemental content. So a great example of these.
Now, I think this video should be a little bit more updated. You don't even have to brute force anymore, because brute force as a concept, it does not exist. You have Brute Heal implanting physical weakness and Firefly implanting fire weakness. There's no such thing as brute force, because every single time you use those DPS, it is on the right element. There's no such thing as being off element anymore, because brute force basically just means of being off element and dealing with it, right? This does not exist in 2024. This does not exist in version 2.3. And in the future, if they release more and more DPS with the self-weakness implant, there will never be another situation where we need to brute force content. Insane. Which is kind of why, like, yeah, back then, because we didn't have, quote-unquote, the weakness implant from a DPS, right? You can brute force with Acheron, you can brute force with Ruan Mei, you can even brute force with Qing, all that kind of stuff. But right now, because MiHoYo is shifting so much towards the break meta, people that want to brute force, they're going to suffer a lot more. Look at Apocalyptic Shadows, best example. If you want to try to kill Apocalyptic Shadows without breaking their toughness bar, well then good luck to you, right? Good luck to you. But now, because we have so many weakness implant mechanics, as well as Ruan Mei, brute force in 2024, it just simply does not exist. And if you are continuing to stick with brute forcing, it's going to be a rough time. It's going to be a rough time. So, yep.
These characters would be an E2 Dill, an E2 Acheron, or even an E2 Firefly. These specific characters are so strong that you just don't need anything else. But one, this isn't me saying only these three are good to vertically invest in, and two, I'm not promoting you to E2 anything. What I am encouraging is building onto a set team near completion, then moving on to another team, and that in itself is significantly more beneficial than collecting every fucking thing that shows up in the banner. This is also why I don't agree that characters...
Wait, what the fuck happened to the lighting? Is it just me or did the lighting change? We just got like a brightness plus 50%. Okay, anyways,
a problem? I think it's only a problem for addicts. Let's briefly refer back to Seele, who needs some of the least vertical investment possible. E0S0 Seele is easily one of the best DPSs in the game by a long shot. Her kit stands the test of time, and building a team around her makes it so that you will always have at least her and the team to clear something. And again,
did my man just use the time pot? Is my man playing Honkai Star Rail with a controller? Holy shit, let's calm the fuck down, man.
With her. Adding S1 or even E1
that's crazy.
That process by taking away some of the grind in your relic farming. Now,
no, it doesn't. Seele's E1 and E2, this changes nothing. Straight up, it changes nothing. And I want to talk a little bit about this point about Seele being one of the easiest team to vertically invest. Actually, I don't think so. Seele is great. She can withstand the test of time as long as she can trigger resurgence. But the keyword is she can trigger resurgence. If your Seele is still chilling at like 60% crit rate with 120% crit damage, it's gonna be a little bit rough. So yeah, you could make her slot in with different hyper carry supports. So you can run her with Tingyu, you can run her with Pella, you can run with Seele, you can run her with Ruan Mei, you can run with Bronya, you can run with Sparkle, you can run with pretty much almost everything you want. But if you can't have a good quality Seele, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to utilize her to a stage where you can brute force. Essentially. All right, cool.
How do you start the process of the team? Do you want Sparkle, Bronya, Robin? Take your pick. Next, grab a Ting Yun and get a great sustain. Silverwolf can help guarantee quantum weakness, but we've already proven Seele kinda doesn't care if they're weak or not. There you have it. You're done. Now once
in this day and age, you kind of need. I would say in this day and age, if you try to do off element shit with Seele, it's gonna be a bit rough. Even mobs, their health points have been getting artificially inflated. Check out the mob health from MOC 12 right now compared to like 4 patches ago. It almost like doubled, if I'm not wrong. So trying to run Seele while being off element is not gonna be a good time. It's not gonna be a good time. It is getting increasingly harder and harder to one-shot mobs. And that's where one problem may rise up. Your Seele's quality, there's going to be a cap. You can only get that many crit subsets. You can only get that many damage buffs for your Seele. There's eventually going to reach a point where your damage on your resurgence, damage on your skill, on your ultimate, is not going to go any higher. It's eventually going to come until you change out for a stronger support, right? But the mobs will just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where eventually one day, unless you pull for a brand new unit, either being a brand new DPS or a brand new support, your Seele is not going to be able to trigger resurgence anymore. And that's when she will start to quote-unquote fall off. Maybe now we might not see it yet, but I think even now we can still feel it, right? I feel like we can really feel it. 2 to 3 patches later, I wouldn't even be surprised if even a insanely built Seele will fail to one-shot a mob. So, yep.
Team is complete. Instead of adding another fucking DPS that's going to share the exact same units, a smart player would build an entirely new archetype to begin their horizontal investment. DOT, Break, Acheron, Freeze, whatever it is. Your job for your own account is to figure out what the best course of action is to hit as many targets as possible for as long as possible. You do not have to pull every character, signature light cone, or farm the perfect relics. You just need to make smarter investments with the time you choose to give the game. And finally, we get into the true Iyos take of today's video.
Before we get to the true Iyos take of today, the answer to his previous statement, which is making the right investment, making a smart investment, making the right pulling decision, it just Ruan Mei. Like straight up, it is just Ruan Mei. You get Ruan Mei, you can just make you run out with DOT, you run out with Acheron, you run out with follow up, you run out with hypercarry, you can run out with any flying thing in the fucking planet, and she will just make it work. Right now, Firefly, she is barely a pinky. She is a fraction of a unit that she would be without Ruan Mei, right? So the smart pulling decision right now, if you're just starting out Honkai Starbucks, if you're watching this video, pull Ruan Mei, and you can worry about the rest later. You can worry about everything else later, just pull Ruan Mei, and then after that, plan your pulls accordingly, right? So yep, that's pretty much it.
Yo, power creep is not real, and I mean that with my whole ass chest. Power creep?
All right, we're gonna let him cook.
Real power creep? That's a game like Fire Emblem Heroes where they quite literally release one character 1 month and then the very next character replaces them plus someone else entirely. When a character becomes completely unusable, when an entire game mode becomes unclearable based off this character, when this entire team archetype is just straight up irrelevant, that's when we have actual power creep in the game. Honkai Star Rail making the game more in your face about building archetypes is not power creep. In fact, I think it's a really good way at getting you to explore more of the game's mechanics. There is nothing in the game currently that requires you to have X string of characters or you cannot clear it. Now, I do believe there are must pulls, 3 to be exact, but by no means does it equal you can't clear something without them. These are my must pull decisions and what I believe are must pulls because what I value in the game. And those must pulls being justified because they create an easy way out for the lacking players. I'll list them, but I'm not gonna go over them in this video because it's already long enough. I'm gonna release a whole separate video explaining later on my reasonings, but the characters being Ruan Mei, Silverwolf, and Acheron or Firefly.
I agree with everything except for the technically I only agree with the first thing. I only agree with Ruan Mei. Silverwolf, I feel that the more we get DPS archetypes that can implant winners, the less we need Silverwolf. Especially if you were to pull Silverwolf right now, guess what? You don't have the event light cone. She's gonna out in 4 turns. It's rough. It's rough, right? So that's number 2. Number 3, Acheron / Firefly. To a certain extent, yes, they are the strongest unit, right? But Firefly is Firefly because of Ruan Mei and Harmony Trailblazer. So I would say that as someone that just started out today, if there is a priority, I would say get Ruan Mei first, and then you get Firefly. Because I think one good thing that Firefly has to offer new players is not necessarily that she does a ton of damage, is that she does a ton of damage without needing good relic qualities. Unlike Acheron, which to a certain extent you still need like pretty decent relic subsets to kind of do like ridiculous amounts of damage and brute force content. Firefly, you can just kind of fucking go. You just run a main break effect rope, speed boots, attack sphere, attack body, you're done. The subsets don't matter that much. Maybe you want a couple of speed to get to the speed tuning. But Firefly is just gonna be able to deal a shit ton of damage with like very, very subpar relic quality. And that's gonna be insanely valuable for free-to-plays and casuals because they simply don't have enough relics, don't have enough stamina to make a good quality account. And that's where Super Break with Ruan Mei, Firefly, and Harmony MC is gonna be a pretty future-proof team, in my opinion. You have Fire Winners Implant, you have Ruan Mei being inevitable, Harmony MC is quite literally free, and the last of Blink Gallagher is the same element as Firefly, so you really have a kind of a very, very good force of support. So this team come alone, it can push you onto a very high amount of value when it comes to bang for your buck. Acheron. Now, Acheron, she's good in the sense where, okay, we're just talking about Iyos, right? We're talking about Iyos. You can kind of make her work with a lot of nihility units. You can make her work with Sail Wolf, you can make her with Pella, you can make her with, to a certain extent, you can make her with Kaka, Black Swan, Green Iphone, some way you want to try fuck around and find out, right? It's contingent on the fact that your ultimate does enough damage to get rid of the enemies. Because the ultimate does ignore Winner's typing, right? You ignore Toughness bar, you can kind of deal enough damage to everyone. But to get to the point where your ultimate deals good amounts of damage to the point where you can forsake the brute forceness, right? You can just brute force your way through. You probably need a little bit more of a step. So in terms of like stepping stone, if you can only pick one, like straight up, okay, I'm just gonna keep it. But if you can only pick one as a new player right now, if there's a Firefly / Acheron banner, I will personally go for. Assuming you have Ruan Mei, I will go for Firefly. It is just easier to get it going. You can get to the end game faster than Acheron because we're just talking about end game, right? So that is my personal opinion. But I would say for shelf life wise, both Firefly and Acheron can have a pretty good mileage. You can make Acheron work with a lot of nihility. MiHoYo is always gonna release more nihility units in the future, right? It's not that they're gonna stop releasing nihility units. So the more new nihility units come in, the more debuffs we get. Acheron is always gonna be great, right? So, yep, that's gonna be that. I think Seele Wolf without event like on that Iyos, it's rough. It's rough, especially when more and more DPS units are coming out with this Witness Implant mechanic. I think Seele doesn't have that much of a spotlight. So yeah.
Those are the only characters in the game I consider a must pull currently. The latter meaning you can pick your poison since both aren't needed. You just need one. At this point, if you've made it to the end of the video or if you just skipped here, I've got a multitude of examples that I want to show off. All of this sprang from the tweet that I made using a video quote from Techie about Honkai Star Rail. Shortly after that, Texon wanted to make sure that I was considering his stance on the issue was from the largest demographic of players. Those players being free-to-play or low-spending casuals who do not have Giga Sweat relics and every signature light cone. For that reason, I went into Apocalyptic Shadow, which is the origin of this entire quote and where all this came from. And following his criteria, as well as some even more strict ones, I took on the challenge. I limited myself to only 2 limited banner characters per team, or what could be available to a majority of free-to-play players. Only 1 signature light cone per team, and at most 1 Eidolon, regardless of it being limited or standard. Though all of my units are E0 S0 except Silverwolf. I chose her E1 for this because it provided the least value against this specific limit test. This way, I could provide examples for both vertical and horizontal investment without.
E1 Silver is insane, by the way. I would say E1 Silver is probably the most important item here. Like, it's more important than Adventure and it's more important than Doctor Ratio. E1 Silver is absolutely fucking insane, especially if you have event like one.
Stretching the limit. As of June 14th, 2024, over 99.8% of players own Doctor Ratio, which allowed me to consider him for the team. Himiko is the second most owned standard banner character, sitting just under 80%. So I chose her based on statistics. Now I can build my teams. First up was Silverwolf, paired with Dr. Ratio, Sui Yi, and Aventurine. I originally cleared with Topaz and Ratio, but then I realized all of them on the same team were missing damage and I was still using 3 limited banner characters, which I didn't want to do. Silver was my unit of choice because she gives Ratio his debuffs, forces weakness implant on anything. She also
send you an important DM about this chat. One thing to note about Iyos' video, he failed side 1. Oh no. Alright. Interesting.
also gets her ultimate fairly quickly with or without E1 and does a big chunk
Wait,
on
wait,
Shut
shut the fuck up.
Quickly
you have the event. Okay, you know what, chat? If you're a new player right now and you do not have the event icon, it's gonna be a very, very, very different experience, right? Just a pinch of salt. Silver Wolf without this event icon is like the ultimate just ramps up way too slowly. It's legit 4-turn ultimates at E0 S0. Pinch of salt. Take this with a very, very big pinch of salt.
Or without E1 and does a big chunk on toughness meter without Mei, which was crucial to what I was getting at, or rather the thing that I was
E1 with
this
toughness.
particular
Oh my god.
team.
Blood's gonna be outing every turn. Insane.
That I picked up Sui Yi instead of a Harmony buffer because most buffers in this mode are just ass. You gain nothing from buffing damage when the enemy has almost 100% resistance plus elemental lockout mechanics if you take too long. I needed a strong sustain and units that could provide decent to high damage on their own without a Harmony unit. Sui Yi's incredible niche at colorless breaking is a godsend here, and the best part of my choice is that she's free. Adventuring being my second choice for my limited banner character, as well as my sustain, making this super easy due to the endless shields, and it allowed me to focus on beating down weaknesses as fast as possible. Throughout all of this, there was another team that I tried and found some success with, using Seele and Bailu. Under the same exact conditions of this limit test, I used this team, and while I did clear it, I didn't clear it in a timely fashion due to Bailu not having any form of cleanse. On paper, the team still worked, but because Bailu just allowed everyone to get frozen or imprisoned, it made it that much longer. Like, I didn't die because she's like goated at healing, but she also allowed my team to pretty much get CC'd at least 60 times, and I wasn't gonna show that off. Now, once I got used to the run, it became smooth enough for me to recreate multiple times. Sui Yi and Seele worked amazingly together, and Silverwolf made it so that I could force resurgence triggers whenever I wanted, or flat out interrupt Japard before getting his shields off.
Okay, chat. Technically, although this technically counts as a fail because it's lower than 1300. It's lower than, so technically it counts as a fail.
Coco wasn't even the biggest problem.
His second half can overcome the shortfall for the first half. I feel that it's still considered as a clear for a 3-star. I feel that it's still fair enough.
It was him.
Like, technically this failed, right? Because it's not 3-3-0-0. But I mean, I feel like if the second half is good enough,
for the
I think
next
still
HMC, I really wanted to show off Hybrid Himiko, and boy did she do work. Her Robot Jones talent flat out wiped the shields with ease, and because of HMC, whenever they were
it's Himiko, it's not Firefly. Insane.
broken, she hit for like 50k a tick. Mei was chosen because because Mei. I really shouldn't have to explain why I picked Mei. If I did need a reason, it's because she's currently on the banner, and I wanted another reason to show people why she's practically my choice for the #1 must pull if it existed.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't mean you need her. I even
Nope. If you are, because this entire point is coming from a meta perspective. If this is coming from a how the free-to-play players get the most benefit, how are they efficient with their pools, the right choices. If we are taking about all this consideration, then there is not a topic of consideration. You get Ruan Mei, period. If you don't care about meta, if you are like waifu characters, then maybe you can skip it. But if you are coming from a strictly value perspective, you just get her, period. There's no discussion for this.
Check this by using Asta instead of Ruan Mei. Now, if you notice, my Himiko barely has over.
I guarantee you, if Iyos used Asta instead of Ruan Mei here, he won't get a 3-star clear. I'm willing to bet on it. If Iyos used Asta instead of Ruan Mei here, he's not getting a 3-star. He will still clear, probably. He'll probably still clear, maybe a 2-star clear. There's no shot he gets 3-star clear if he runs Asta here.
It existed, but that Mei. Now, if you notice, my Himiko barely has over 100% break effect. Mei gave her a big boost, helped delay enemies to stay broken for longer, and even put in her own stacks of damage by breaking the ice shield. For my sustain, Gallagher is just that guy. There's zero reason none of you shouldn't be building him. He is quite literally the best free healer in the game, and his Eidolons only make him more busted. Gallagher plus Himiko alone was enough to smash through Argenti's shields, which is why I said earlier, I really didn't need
Gallagher, Himiko, and Ruan Mei. Right? Hey, let's not forget the real MVP here. Right? Let's not forget the real MVP.
And that's why I'm like, I could have just added another Harmony unit like Astra or Robin, but why would I do that when the break team is one of the most perfect comps currently in the game? Not even because of the damage output. It's just good. All of them are very synergistic. Replacing one break DPS character with another break DPS character takes the least amount of effort compared to doing this with any other DPS. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't even know if that's a pun. So after all that was said and done, this was fun as fuck. I enjoyed the challenge a lot, and I think Apocalyptic Shadow brings some serious heat to the table because it's basically its own meta. You cannot play this in-game mode the same way you play MOC or even Pure Fiction. All of these little buffs, notes, and enemy patterns changing the way the enemies work, all of that matters. When you do what significantly helps you clear fast or slow, and how you build the team is significantly important too. The definition of fuck around and find out. To wrap Apocalyptic Shadow up, here are some recommendations for the current Stormwind Night phase that I've tested and cleared over 3,300 points with. Firefly, Boot Hill, Sushan, Sui Yi, Japard, Pela, Silverwolf, Acheron, Himiko, Ratio, Topaz, Argenti, Seele, Jingyuin, Asta, Bronya, and a lot more. Moral of the story is that the game is not the problem, and pulling certain characters.
I would love to see someone do a 3-star clear without Ruan Mei in both teams. And no E6 and no SI, whatever. That would be quite impressive. Like E0 units only, right? E0 units, but no Ruan Mei in both teams. Yeah, sure, you can use Acheron hyper carry for one side. I don't mind. I think that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. No Firefly or booty chicks. Okay, no Firefly, booty chicks. No Firefly, boot. Okay, no Firefly, Boot Hill, Ruan Mei, Acheron. And no E6 at all. And none of it. How about it? Wait, Sarah, what's the team again? Sarah, what's the team again? No, it's just 4 units. It's just 4 units. It's just 4 units. You can pull for Jingyuan. You can pull for Blade. You can pull for Seele. You can pull for Jingyu. Yeah, they're all in the table. They can pull for Liu. Yeah. No, I'm just asking. I'm just wondering if anyone. Yo, Sarah, what's the team? Just drop me a DM. 3 starring Apocalyptic Shadow is only 4 stars. Wait, for real? And you got a link? And you got a link? Full 4-star clears. Full 4-star clears. Full 4 stars. Like straight up. That actually sounds impressive as fuck. Ruri Goku on YouTube. Okay, hold up. Yeah, let's just finish up this video real quick.
Also, not your problem. Obviously, you can make an argument for one character being Ruan Mei, but I proved it both times, and I've proved it in any other video. You don't need Mei to clear content. Mei.
I will see that take if you clear Apocalyptic Shadows with no Mei on both halves. But now that we are apparently there is a video that says it. Okay, hold up. I'll watch it later.
Super fucking easy for people who lack the ability to do things in the game. Now, respectfully, because this originated from Techie, you have a busted ass account, brother. For a free-to-play plus player, you got a lot, big dog. You do. I think realistically, I don't think it's characters that you're having issues with. I think right now it's simply time invested. I know you do a lot. I know you are a great creator and you're always on stream. You be in the gym and you be taking care of yourself. You got to have that personal time. You don't have time to be playing Star Rail all day, which you don't need to play it all day. That's fine.
That's a very long winded way of saying you don't know how to play the game. From Iyos, not from me, right? From Iyos. From Iyos. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but I'm just translating what I was trying to say. I'm not saying like a 100 words to sum it up in like 5 words. But yeah, that's good.
Fine too, but you get my point. Point being is that with a little bit more investment or proper guidance,
I love you, Tecton.
Stop listening to your Twitch chat, please. You can clear whatever you want.
Yeah, okay, honestly, it's not even Tecton's fault. It's Tecton's chat. Yeah, I know some of you guys are here right now. Yo, it's Tecton's chat backseating my man Tecton and ruining his account. Yeah, it's not even Tecton's fault. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
All the characters that you need to clear, bro. You have Acheron, for goodness sake. And then you just get Firefly. There's zero reason. You don't have an excuse, but it is what it is. Anyhow, guys, let me know if you enjoyed today's video.
Insane. What a great video. What a great video. What a great video. All right, so hold up. Where is the video again? Did you guys say a full 4-star clear? Give me 1 second. Why do you do Argenti first? Damn. Kokoda. Damn. Holy shit. Damn. I mean, honestly, I don't even care about his relics at this point. That's still impressive as fuck. Yeah, very relatable team. More to par. Gallagher on multiplication, insane. Shove. Oh my god, not even E6. Hanya, Aboba. Wait, did Blood just ran like 4-star Lycons as well? Oh my god, yo, that's well done, man. Okay, hold up. Let me go back to this screen. Oh my god, that's well done. Holy shit. Yeah, that's insanely well done. That's insanely well done. Oh my god. Full 4-star team with no signature Lycon, no 5-star, nothing. No Ruan Mei, nothing. Absolutely. We must sustain. Absolutely insane run. Damn, he is him. He is actually him. Well done. Holy shit, that's a great one. Yeah, with that, we've come to the end of today's content. Does Powercreep exist in Honkai Starbucks? Wait, hold up. What is this? Yeah. I think TLDR, this doesn't really apply to any unit but Ruan Mei. Sure, we have proved that you can do it. You can do it. But there's definitely a lot more time you need as a player to know who to use and how to use them, right? You don't need Ruan Mei per se, but she makes the game infinitely more comfortable, infinitely easier in order to get the quote-unquote max rewards or win the game, right? I feel like Ruan Mei is pretty much like the only unit in this culture here. Not even Firefly, not even Acheron. I legit think that Ruan Mei is she's just a... Right now, as of the current state of 2.3, Ruan Mei is the unit that Powercreep, like pretty much every other support, in my opinion. In the future, this might change. This might change in the future if they shift away from the break meta as we're seeing right now. Because right now, Apocalyptic Shadow, it benefits break. Right? You deal less damage if you don't break. Right now, MOC benefits break from the break trotter. So maybe in the future, they might change it. Who knows? So it is, as of right now, I believe that that's the case. And let's just be real. Even if in the future they change it, Ruan Mei is just still going to be a great unit. And can just run Ruan Mei on a second team. Right? So Yeah, that's my take on it overall. That's my take overall. The second Ruan Mei, even if they do, Ruan Mei is a good support of the red spam, which is still yeah, exactly. So like, that's pretty much my opinion. Silver Wolf. Before I move on, I just want to say one last time. If you are thinking that Silver Wolf is a mass pool unit, if you do not have the event light cone, and if you do not have Idolin 1, she's a completely different unit. Completely different. You are legit outing every 4 turns. It's way too slow. Legit, right? So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, so that's all I have today. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Join the Discord to you, which will be very commenting on Honkai Star Rail and what on the Discord. All the best for your Firefly boost, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.